the 15th century, a time of change. Empires clashed: the Ottoman Empire, a rising power; the Crusaders, fighting for faith, their destinies intertwined. From the heart of Anatolia, the Ottomans grew. They conquered lands, expanded their reach. The Byzantine Empire, once mighty, now weakened. The Crusaders from the west sought to reclaim Jerusalem, their goal a Christian Holy Land. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a clash that would reshape the map of the world. In the late 13th century, a new power emerged: the Ottoman Empire under Osman I, a small state in Anatolia destined for greatness. Osman's successors, ambitious and bold, they conquered vast territories. Byzantine lands fell under their control. Their military might, unmatched. Their armies a force to be reckoned with. The Ottomans, masters of strategy and organization. They embraced new technologies like gunpowder. Their armies a mix of infantry, cavalry and artillery. Their system of governance efficient and centralized. The Ottoman Empire, a beacon of power. Its influence spread across the region. It controlled trade routes connecting east and west. Its wealth grew, fueling its ambitions. In the 11th century, a call to arms echoed through Europe. Pope Urban II urged Christians to reclaim the Holy Land. Jerusalem, under Muslim rule, was a sacred site. The Crusaders, motivated by faith and a thirst for adventure. Knights, nobles and commoners, they answered the call. They embarked on a perilous journey, driven by religious zeal. The First Crusade, a success for the Christians. They captured Jerusalem in 1099. They established Crusader states, fragile footholds in the Holy Land. But the Muslim world fought back. Leaders like Saladin rose to challenge the Crusaders. The battle for Jerusalem raged on, a cycle of conquest and reconquest. Jerusalem, a city sacred to three faiths, Jews, Christians and Muslims, all claimed it as their own. The Crusades, a bitter struggle for control of this holy city. The Crusaders, driven by religious fervor, committed atrocities. They massacred Muslims and Jews during the conquest of Jerusalem. Their actions, a stain on the history of Christianity. The Muslim world, outraged by the Crusaders' violence, they saw them as invaders, desecrating their holy sites. Leaders like Saladin emerged, uniting the Muslim world against the Crusaders. The Battle of Hattin in 1187, a turning point that Saladin's forces crushed the Crusader army. Jerusalem fell back into Muslim hands. Section 5. The Walls of Constantinople. Constantinople, the jewel of the Byzantine Empire, stood as a beacon of civilization and strength for over a millennium. Its walls, a marvel of engineering, were considered impregnable. A city of immense wealth and culture, Constantinople was a hub of trade, art and learning. Its streets bustled with merchants, scholars and artisans from all corners of the world. Its strategic location, on the Bosporus Strait, made it a prize for any conqueror. Controlling Constantinople meant controlling the gateway between Europe and Asia, and the lucrative trade routes that passed through. The Ottomans long coveted Constantinople. For them, capturing the city was not just a strategic goal, but a symbol of their rising power and ambition. Its fall would cement their dominance in the region, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of a new era under Ottoman rule. They laid siege to the city in 1453, bringing with them a formidable army and advanced siege technology. Their leader, the ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, was determined to capture the city at any cost. He saw it as his destiny to conquer Constantinople and expand his empire. The Byzantines, outnumbered and outgunned, faced an overwhelming force. Their once mighty defenses, which had withstood countless sieges, were now crumbling under the relentless assault. They fought bravely, displaying acts of heroism and determination, but the odds were stacked against them and their resources were dwindling. The Ottomans, equipped with cannons, had a significant advantage. These powerful weapons could breach the thickest of walls, something that previous attackers had failed to do. They bombarded the city walls, relentlessly pounding them day and night. After weeks of siege, the walls finally gave way, creating breaches that the defenders could not hold. Their soldiers stormed through the breaches, overwhelming the defenders with sheer numbers and firepower. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of an era and the beginning of Ottoman supremacy. Section 6. The Fall of an Empire. On May 29, 1453, Constantinople fell. The Ottoman Empire, victorious, the Byzantine Empire, after 1,000 years, ceased to exist. Mehmed II hailed as a conqueror. He entered the city in triumph, claiming it for Islam. Constantinople, renamed Istanbul, became the new Ottoman capital. The fall of Constantinople, a seismic event. It marked the end of the Roman Empire, which had endured for centuries. It sent shockwaves throughout Europe. The Ottoman Empire, now a major power in Europe, its control of the Eastern Mediterranean unchallenged, its victory over Constantinople a testament to its military might. Section 7. A new power in Europe. With the fall of Constantinople, the Ottoman Empire cast a long shadow over Europe. The Ottomans, now a force to be reckoned with, their influence spreading westward. European powers, wary of the Ottoman advance, they feared the spread of Islam into Europe. They formed alliances seeking to contain the Ottoman threat. The Ottoman Empire, a formidable enemy, its armies large and well-equipped, its leaders skilled strategists and tacticians. The Ottomans, masters of siege warfare, they conquered cities like Belgrade and Rhodes. Their expansion into Europe continued, reaching the gates of Vienna. Section 8. Legacies of Conflict. The clash between the Ottoman Empire and the Crusaders, a defining chapter in history. This conflict was not just a series of battles, but a prolonged struggle that spanned centuries, involving numerous campaigns and sieges. The Crusades, initiated by the Latin Church, aimed to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim rule, while the Ottomans sought to expand their empire and influence. It left an indelible mark on the world, shaping the destinies of nations. The remnants of this era can still be seen today in the ruins of ancient fortresses and historical landmarks that dot the landscape. These sites stand as silent witnesses to the fierce battles and the cultural exchanges that took place. The Ottoman Empire, a bridge between East and West. Strategically located, it controlled key trade routes and facilitated the flow of goods, ideas, and cultures between continents. The Bosphorus Strait in particular symbolized this connection, linking the Black Sea with the Mediterranean and serving as a vital artery for commerce and communication. Its control of trade routes fostered cultural exchange. The bustling spice markets and the intricate network of trade routes allowed for the exchange of not only goods but also knowledge, art, and technology. This cultural melting pot enriched the region and left a lasting legacy on the world. Its legacy visible in the architecture, cuisine, and traditions of the region. The grandeur of Ottoman architecture, the rich flavors of Turkish cuisine, and the vibrant cultural festivals all reflect the enduring influence of the empire. These elements continue to shape the identity and heritage of the region. The Crusades, a complex and controversial period, they were marked by both religious fervor and brutal conflict. The Crusader castles and the battlefields of Europe are stark reminders of this tumultuous time. These fortifications and sites of conflict tell stories of both conquest and resistance. They exemplified religious zeal and brutality. The Crusaders, driven by a mix of piety and ambition, embarked on their campaigns with fervent zeal. Their armor and weapons, along with religious artifacts, illustrate the dual nature of their mission, both spiritual and martial. They also led to cultural exchange, albeit often through conflict. Despite the violence, the Crusades facilitated interactions between different cultures. Medieval trade fairs and the exchange of artifacts highlight the complex relationships that developed, blending elements of East and West. The fall of Constantinople, a turning point. This event marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a dominant power. The capture of this iconic city had profound implications for the balance of power in the region and beyond. It shifted the balance of power in Europe. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves through Europe, leading to significant political and economic changes. The power dynamics of the continent were altered, paving the way for new alliances and conflicts. It led to the Renaissance as Byzantine scholars fled west, bringing knowledge with them. The influx of these scholars and their manuscripts played a crucial role in sparking the Renaissance, a period of renewed interest in art, science, and literature. This intellectual revival had a lasting impact on European culture and history. Section 9. Echoes in the present. The legacy of the Ottoman Empire and the Crusades is still felt today. These historical events have left an indelible mark on the cultural, political, and social landscapes of the Middle East. The remnants of their influence can be seen in the ruins of ancient buildings and castles, standing as silent witnesses to a turbulent past. Their echoes resonate not only in the Middle East but also beyond its borders, influencing global politics and interfaith relations. The architectural marvels and historical landmarks scattered across the region tell stories of conquest, resistance, and resilience. The Middle East has been shaped by centuries of conflict, with each era leaving its own unique imprint. From the ancient civilizations to the modern nation-states, the region's history is a complex tapestry, woven with threads of war, peace, and cultural exchange. The collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War I led to the creation of new nations, redrawing the map of the Middle East. This period of upheaval set the stage for many of the geopolitical issues that continue to affect the region today. The legacy of colonialism and conflict continues to cast a long shadow over the region. The arbitrary borders drawn by colonial powers have often led to tensions and disputes, exacerbating existing conflicts and creating new ones. The Crusades, a series of religious wars, remain a source of tension and historical memory. These conflicts, fought over control of holy sites, have left a lasting impact on Christian-Muslim relations. Extremist groups on both sides often invoke the memory of the Crusades to justify their actions, perpetuating a cycle of violence and hatred. This manipulation of history serves to inflame passions and deepen divisions. The memory of these historical events serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of religious intolerance. It underscores the importance of promoting interfaith dialogue and understanding to prevent history from repeating itself. The lessons of history are crucial to remember. By studying the past, we can gain insights into the present and work towards a more peaceful future. Museums and educational institutions play a vital role in preserving these lessons and making them accessible to all. We must learn from the mistakes of the past to avoid repeating them. Education is key to fostering a deeper understanding of history and its impact on our world today. We must strive for understanding and tolerance between different cultures and faiths. By embracing diversity and promoting dialogue, we can build a more inclusive and harmonious world for future generations.